You are now checked in to Stand Up New York Labs. Oh, yeah.
Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
No, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is spitting.
Hot tamale! We are back, and it feels good to be back up here in sunny New York City, Stand Up New York Labs. This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody. Mark Norman here, and that's
Joe List, everybody.
oh yeah, woof! It's good to be back, and we got a fun guest today. I am
Hot
really excited
guest.
about this guy.
Hot special guest.
Please introduce yourself, Mister.
Hey, I'm Paul Hooper.
Hey,
That's Paul Hooper.
Keeping
Mark
it
forgot
clean.
his name right there. So this is exciting. When we started the show, you're one of the guys that we had in mind. This is
Yes.
you're who we want on the show. Classic road guy, comedian, former boozer, will
Yes.
fuck anything,
Yes.
lunatic.
Yes,
Just a fun, funny guy. You're, to me, a quintessential stand-up comic.
tell
Really?
us,
You're a
sister.
real comic. That's what I think of you.
With the 8 years of suicidal alcoholism I
Yeah.
did, that's what it is. It's been equal parts now. It's 8 years drunk and now 8 years sober.
Oh, wow.
All on the road.
Wow. So you've seen
Yeah.
both worlds.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of it. But that's the way I just started. At 22, I just started fucking drinking and doing drugs and just got in a car. and went
That's
on
a
the
pretty
road.
late start
Yeah.
for most people. I started when I was 18. I thought that was late to start drinking.
Yeah, 22. I mean, I drank a couple things before then, but I didn't really, until I did stand-up, that's when people were like, here's a beer and here's a shot.
Right.
That combination, and then my introduction to the strip clubs and like club courtesy and
Right,
shit.
right,
yeah,
yes.
and that's when it all got. Then people, with Coke and stuff, that was all
Oh,
introduced.
yeah.
That's when it
And
got
drugs.
wild.
Those
Yeah.
Boilermakers, that's bad news.
Yeah,
That
I
never
loved it
goes
so
well.
much. Just tequila and a Bud Light. That was it. That was just
Yeah.
what it was. But at Rumpel, Goldschlager, any of that stuff.
Yeah, that people ask me, they're like, what was your drink when you were drinking? I was like, anything, any free thing, whatever it was
Yeah.
giving to me. Goldschlager I loved, Jaeger I loved, whiskey, vodka, the whole business.
I was the
Beers,
same way.
all the stuff. Now, you started drinking pretty young. You were like 9.
I think I was 13. But it's,
Really?
It's New Orleans, though. I wasn't like
Oh,
blacking out, but it was like, hey, here's a beer. We're at a bar or at
Right.
a party.
Now, you're one of the few guys that stopped drinking without any program or any kind of 12-step or help. You just
no,
stopped.
I think I took it to the right point of fear where it finally registered. And I'd done so much in those 8 years. I'd packed so much, and it crescendoed into a fucking disaster that I got thrown in jail for 2 days, got out, never drank again. Just turned my back
Wow.
on it.
Wow.
But
How'd
I was
you end up in
terrified.
jail? We'd love to hear. I want to hear as many stories as we can squeeze in 55 minutes. Here.
Yeah, we can. I mean, we start with the ending. That's what it was. It was a fucking
It's like a Tarantino.
yeah prank called 911, and I don't know.
Wow.
Everyone's lives in the community. Yeah, I don't remember. I was kicked out of a bar.
Where are we? Paint the picture. What year? What city? What day?
May 11th, 2006.
Holy moly!
Yes. And so I had a night off. It's like a Wednesday night, something like that. So it might be May 10th, something like that. And I wasn't doing a show, but we went to the comedy club with a couple friends, took some of the staff to another bar. And did just like a meat market bar, nothing to do with comedy. And I don't know, we started boozing, and then I finally I guess I got to the point where guys were ordering shots next to us, and I just take their shots.
Yeah.
So the bouncer fucking hates me. It's getting out of hand. They finally kicked me out. I'm on the sidewalk. My buddy sends a guy like, hey, make sure he doesn't walk off into traffic. He goes out one time. I'm fine. He's like, he's on a cell phone.
Right.
I don't remember any of this. Second time he comes out, 6 police cars.
Oh, wow.
So evidently I'd call 911 from my cell phone and threaten everyone. They said that it was like a bomb threat, but I don't have any recollection of it, and it doesn't make any sense to me.
Right.
So I don't remember anything. There's a flash of a cop, like me in the back of a cop car going, I don't know what the fuck you're charging me with, that whole innocent thing.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I just woke up with a ticket stuck to my face, with like dried saliva the next morning.
At your place?
In jail.
Oh, in jail.
In jail.
Oh, wow.
Dressed out. Yeah, everything. And they had put me in a holding cell or a drunk tank, and I remember there was food everywhere. So I took this bag of food, bologna and apple, and just smashed it against the wall.
Oh, wow. That's real jail food. Bologna and
just-
apple.
Yeah.
Wow.
And just slept on the ticket. And it was still drunk.
Yeah.
And had no idea. And started calling friends to get me out. And they wouldn't pick up the phone. And then I looked at the ticket, but I couldn't understand. You pay 10 or 15% of the bond. There's some kind of jail math to it.
Oh, okay.
And I remember it said 500, and I was broke, and I'm like, I don't know what I have in my account, so I don't know what to do. I called a bail bondsman. He's like, that's too low for me to come get you.
Oh, wow.
My friends wouldn't pick up the phone, so now
Oh, you're stuck in jail.
stuck in jail. And then the real wake up was that there was a guy in there that had been arrested twice that week. And he came up to me and he goes, they brought us in last night around the same time. And he goes, you were out of fucking control.
Wow.
The cops could have punched you in the mouth. And I was like, this dude, a career criminal, is blown away by my behavior.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And he was shell-shocked. He wasn't laughing. He's like, dude.
So when you say out of control, what were you throwing elbows? You taking your pants off? You jerking off? You spitting? What's going on?
I think I just took it to the verge of just berating the cops almost to the point of, like, I never took a swing or anything, but
Right.
it was right at the point of just
If you
cursing
were-
everyone.
If you were black, you'd probably be dead.
They would have killed me. It's like fucking, I don't know why I didn't take a swing when I was that crazed and that much of a monster.
Right, right. I had a thing happen when I was drinking, obviously, with my cousin. I think I might have talked about this. My cousin had to handcuff me to a weight bench because I was running up and down his neighborhood, pulling all the mailboxes out of the streets and punting them and throwing them. And then he was like, you got to
sure.
stop. And I was like, fuck you. And I punched him. And I mean, I love my cousin. We're friends. And he was like dragging me. And he was like, you were really fighting. I never stopped fighting him until he actually physically handcuffed me to the thing. And I woke up handcuffed to a weight bench in just my underwear.
Wow.
Like, covered in bruises and scratches. And
It's
he's
like a
like, yeah.
werewolf.
He's like, you were just fighting me.
Just going out of, I usually never got like aggressive. There at the end, it got sort of dark
Yeah.
and like angry.
Right.
But for most of the time, like all those years leading up to that, it was like fun-loving, just crazy behavior.
Yeah, me
and
too.
stuff. And
Yeah.
I could, occasionally, I try to trace it back to why I got choked by more men than I did hit.
Oh, interesting.
Wow.
I got in one fist fight as an adult through all that drinking, and I've been choked by at least 15 different men.
15 men are choking you?
That was their go-to move.
Are you
Men
into
would-
it?
No, it was nothing sexual. It was never behind closed doors. It was in public space, and they would just choke me. I would run my mouth, and some would do the cross thumb choke, almost
Yeah.
the UFC choke. Some guys really got me,
Wow.
and I don't know if I said something to their girlfriend or what. Different reasons.
What are you hanging
All
out with
over.
Homer Simpson?
I don't know.
Right.
It's
Yikes. Whew. Like a real bomb.
Oh, that took me a second.
Well, he
Sorry.
used to choke Bart a lot.
Right, right.
Oh, my God.
the
Holy
whole thing.
moly.
Oh.
Wow, choked.
choked. They would choke me, and I tried to figure it out.
That'd be a funny thing to see in a parking lot, just a guy getting choked.
They would strangle me. And I don't know if it's because I try to dissect it and go, maybe it's because I'm a little guy, and if they hit me, they think they'll kill me.
Right.
Or choking doesn't leave a mark most
Yeah,
times.
right,
But
right.
I don't think they're drunk guys, too. I don't think they're thinking it through.
Yeah, people that are choking are also not okay. You know what
No.
I mean?
Right, right.
These are unsavory characters, if you
Yeah.
will.
There was one time in Jacksonville, Florida, where I did this show, and me and the other comic, this couple from the front row, they liked the show. They're like, what are you guys doing? We're like, we're going to this pub. Come along. So we went. They were this great couple. They were fun. Like, they laughed at all our jokes all night. We go. At some point, I guess, getting a blackout, and this is where I was a real dirtbag, is that I guess the guy and the girl got separated. You know, I was probably drinking with her, and at some point, I had forgotten that she has a boyfriend. And I may have touched her ass, and
Oh, well, that's
come
harmless.
on,
You
we're
know,
all- we're all
harmless, but-
Americans.
the boyfriend takes a running start at me.
Oh, boy.
And almost a flying choke. A flying choke until I'm on the ground. And that's all the bartenders see and the security. So they throw him out.
Good.
Wow.
Then he's such a good guy that they throw him out. The girlfriend goes after him, and he wants to come back in to settle his bar tab.
Wow.
And they let him in to settle his bar tab. As he passes the other comic, he tells the other comic, he's like, listen, I like the little guy. I thought you guys were funny, but he touched my girlfriend's ass. I had to do it. And the other
Yeah.
comic's like, yeah, you
Oh,
had to
wow.
choke him. And I'm like, well, yeah, it's fair.
That's fair.
I was the
Flying
asshole.
choke. That's like R.P.
Flying choke.
McMurphy on, Nurse Ratched.
Oh, right.
Classic choke.
Yeah, good choke.
I would think of all the chokes, that's the most memorable choke.
It's a solid choke.
Andre the Giant probably had a couple. Homer Simpson, that one bombed, but
Yeah.
Homer wasn't bad.
I thought
missed
so.
it.
I would hold on to that.
But I got choked. I categorize my drinking into who choked me and who I peed on,
Right.
and not a lot of overlap.
Well, you're a big
Unbelievable.
peer. There's a lot of peeing when drinking.
Oh, I peed everywhere.
It's a bad combo because your bladder fills up, and then you're like, I gotta release it, and you think like a child. You're like, I gotta get rid of this, so you piss anywhere.
I mean, I pissed the bed, which I feel is a standard thing there at the end.
Hey, you're talking to the right guy.
You pissed the bed
Until I
regular
was 28.
till you're 28.
Well, I peed in the bed as a kid, and then when I would drink, it came back. Like when I blacked, I peed on many a lady on accident.
Yeah, I pissed in, I think, still in Jacksonville, Florida. I was there for 5 days doing the gig. 3 out of 5 nights I pissed the bed.
Wow.
3 out of 5. And the first night I pissed the bed, I heard the housekeepers the next day. I woke up and pissed, and I'm like, I have to let them change this. I can't sleep in this for 4 more days.
Yeah.
Right.
I let them in. They change it. I sit back on the bed, and it's obvious they put like a rubber mat down, like for if a baby was.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
they have that.
yeah, the crinkly.
And I go, well, this makes sense. Sure enough, pissed the bed that night. 3rd night, didn't piss the bed.
That's good.
4th night, pissed it again. 5th night, didn't.
Wow.
Hey, you left on a high note.
Yeah, it's not bad.
At least it was a hotel and not a condo. 'Cause that would
Right.
be disgusting.
Yeah.
Everyone
But I
would
did
hate
that.
you.
And I think I took it more, I got a little more creative with the pissing stories in that. I mean, I would piss on people, like intentionally drunk. I always found that
Sure,
funny.
sure. Big
Yeah,
fan of that.
you're like Woody Woodpecker.
One of my favorite,
Troublemaker.
the one I'm proud of is, honestly, is that I was in the Omaha Funny Bone condo with my buddy.
Yeah.
Who's a comic who's quit by now, and his big thing was like he would pass out at midnight. I lose my drinking buddy, so it was always this conflict. And then with the house MC was staying there, and he was just a pothead. Anyway, Randy falls asleep on me. I'm pushing him on the couch like, wake up, wake up, wake up. He won't wake up. He's just telling me to fuck off. Then at some point he gets up to piss, walks in the bathroom. I follow him in, chewing his ass, but his eyes are like slits. He's still not. He's like, leave me alone. And
Right.
I'm like, he's not listening, but he's taking this big piss. So I just cupped my hands under his urine stream and threw it in his face. And
Ah,
I'm proud of that moment.
that's
Wow.
great.
What was his reaction to that?
He punched me in the face.
Yeah.
Nice.
that makes sense.
Sounds about right.
Punched me in the face, and then he had to get in the shower, and he cursed me in the shower. So it was the hour of entertainment.
Oh,
that I
wow.
wanted.
Wow.
Did you wash your hands or you were all right with it?
I didn't care.
Yeah. Wow.
That was a small sacrifice.
So wait a minute, the bomb threat or whatever, that was your last night?
Last night ever.
Because that doesn't seem so bad to me. I mean, I know you went
well,
to
you
jail.
get cops and it's a
yeah,
felony and you're in jail and then the
Right.
jail guy tells you got to quit.
Right.
Yeah, that was like the final moment, but that was just like, the laundry list, the predictable downward
Sure,
spiral.
sure.
It really started in January of 06. Like January 1st, like clockwork, everything fell apart. Every week was a broken window, a piss bed, my car got repoed, a DUI.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. You're
That
on
started
tilt.
in January, and then May.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you have the hangover shame? You wake up hungover and you go, oh, what am I doing? I got to get my life in. I pissed here. I shit on this. I got choked here. Do you have that, like, I need to get my life together moment?
Yeah, I mean, I felt that where I was like, I still feel it now. Sometimes when I leave gigs now, as 8 years sober, the day I travel, I sort of feel guilty.
I have the same thing still. I still wake up going, what the fuck did I do last night? Oh, I told everyone they were great and I went home at 10.
Yeah,
You have that?
Still,
Really?
oh, all the time.
Yeah.
I still wake up to piss in the middle of the night and I'm like, what was I talking about? Oh, I remember exactly what I was talking about.
Whoa.
It never goes away. And do you still have drinking dreams at all? Do you ever have dreams that you were drinking?
It's been a while. It's
Yeah.
been a while, a couple years probably.
Yeah, I've woken up from dreams. I'm like, I got to go apologize. I got to tell everyone I was drinking. And then you're like, oh shit, that was just a dream. Which is
Holy moly.
as bad as a drinking dream is, that feeling of realizing you weren't actually drinking is so great.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
relief that
The
kicks
relief
in.
of like, oh man, that was a dream.
But there is, I do remember those drinking dreams. Like, yeah, you wake up and you're like, that's it.
Yeah.
Life is over. I fucking
Wow.
waited out everything that I'd worked on, and then you're like, then you get the relief of like, fuck.
Holy moly.
Yeah,
Wow.
it gets serious, but it's
Now, were you ever shit faced on stage, like blackout while performing?
absolutely like. The last 6 months, yeah, all the time. There's a late show in like Greensboro, North Carolina. I don't remember. I guess I tried to pull my genitals out. I went on stage during the headliner set. I was featuring.
Wow.
Did you have something to tell him, or were you trying to be funny, or what?
Just went up in the last 5 minutes, which is a terrible time to derail him and turn a closer.
Who was it, like Seinfeld?
I don't know. No, it was Mo Alexander, comic from
okay.
Memphis, and we went to Greensboro. I got in trouble at that club years before as a young comic. Went back. The booker had to talk me back in. Mm-hmm. First night there, Mo and I started doing shots the first show.
Yikes.
Late show, I don't remember 1 second of it.
Right.
Mo said that I had a good set,
Hey,
which
all right.
I don't
That's always
believe.
nice.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't believe it.
Right.
So then I guess I get off stage. There's a staircase going to the side on both sides of the stage there, and he says, "Last 5 minutes act." I walk up. And he's like, "What
right
the
at the
fuck
end.
are you doing up here?" He pushed me, and he's a big dude, so he pushed me, and I'm drunk, so I fell by the backdrop in a heap. And then I got up, and he said, when you got up, I was tugging at my zipper in front of a packed crowd.
Oh,
and he's
wow.
like, "Get the bouncer jerks me off
What?
the stage."
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Bouncer grabs me.
You
jerks me
paused,
yeah.
paused at a weird moment. Bouncer jerked me off. Stage.
That's a great bouncer.
Snatches me up and takes me off. Mo somehow finishes the show. I don't know how he closed on that. Because I always ask him, like, what did the crowd think? He's like, I don't know. They were confused, but it was fine. I'm like, It couldn't have been.
The crowd probably thinks it's a bit.
You can make that work.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess he did. And then I guess there was this thing of how the owner wasn't there. So now you just got security and assistant manager on this place. Like, get him the fuck out of our building. We're calling the owner.
Wow.
We want him gone now. But at some point, Mo's like, all right, I'm getting my shit out of the green room or wherever, the fucking office. I'll take him back to the hotel. And they're like, no, he's going now. And I guess I was running through the comedy club tables like, catch me if you can.
Right.
They said there was a line of cabs out front, and they'd put me in a cab, and I'd jump out the other side.
Wow.
This is classic.
Boy, yeah, it's like a caper.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
There's 3 cabs deep until they hog-tied me in the back seat with a seatbelt, I guess.
Wow.
Wow, that's amazing. That's like
Right, Benny Hill.
Yeah.
Benny Hill, yeah.
The whole night. And then I guess they took me back. Mo was like 5 minutes behind me. And he got back as a shitty Motor Lodge Hotel, ground floor.
Yeah,
you know.
yep.
And I guess when he pulled in, I was standing in his room, pissing out onto the sidewalk.
Wow.
And he threw me out of his room. I went to my room, woke up to the phone call of, you're fired.
Wow. Are you still friends with Mo?
Yeah, but I don't see him a lot. Yeah.
Wow, what a pro. Now, when
He's a great dude
you
for
got
that.
sober, but you didn't go through like a 12-step program. Did you make amends on your own? Did you call Mo and go, man, I'm sorry about that time I pissed everywhere and ruined your show?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I giggled about that one. I felt like that was harmless fun in a way and exciting.
Yeah, that's not
So I
bad.
apologize. Probably
hilarious.
not
Yeah.
sincerely enough.
Right.
But to the major people that I did real damage, I did apologize.
But yeah, I mean, Mo's not resenting you over that years later or
No.
anything.
No.
He doesn't give a shit.
No, he can't. He's got to think it's ridiculous. And
Right.
I don't. I don't know. And so I did that. So there were like late shows all over the place. Late shows were starting to get bad for me.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
bet.
yeah.
The pissing reminded me of one time. I didn't do the pissing, but my friend Tom Dustin, who's a dear friend of mine, we bring him up all the time. He, do you know Tom?
I met him at Boston at the Comedy Festival.
He's a great guy. But we were all shit-faced one night at my buddy Mike Whitman's house, and Todd, they have a fold-out couch. They took all the cushions off the couch to unfold it or whatever. And then when they took the cushions out, they balanced it on the fucking on the wall, you know, so that all the cushions are leaning against the wall because people are sleeping in the bed. And Tom asks where the bathroom is. Our friend Alvin's like, "This is the bathroom. You can piss right here." And so he pisses on the couch cushion like it's a urinal. Like he's got his hand on the wall and he's just pissing into the couch cushion.
Yeah.
So then he goes to bed, and I was always the last one awake because I just was like, I wanted to keep partying, whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm time for me to go to bed, but all the blankets and pillows and beds are taken.
Right.
So I see Tom, and he's sleeping. He's all nestled up. He's got a pillow and a blanket, and I'm like, I'm gonna go take his blanket because fuck him. He's asleep, so what the hell? I'll take his blanket. So I
Right.
steal his blanket. I'm like, I'll just leave him fucking cold and shit. I'm a shitty person.
Well, he's pissed on the cushions.
Well, I didn't know that at the time. So I just take his blanket and leave him sleeping with no blanket.
Uh-huh.
I find the 3 cushions
Uh-huh.
lined up on the wall.
Pay
I'm like,
dirt.
this is a bed.
Yeah, it is.
I'm going to put all of these down and sleep here. So I curl up, sleep in the fetal position. I got my new blanket. I got the best bed in the house. These people are too stupid to realize.
Yeah, you got a raft in the ocean.
I wake up and I'm just, the whole left side is covered in piss.
You didn't notice at night?
No, because when you first, I was hammered.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm the only, I'm not all right.
Sure.
I'm out of my fucking mind.
Right.
And so when you first lay down, you don't quite notice. I probably passed out in 3 seconds. And then as you really settle in,
Yeah.
it starts like seeping up.
Oh, it
And
seeps.
so I woke up I just fucking marinated in Tom's piss for about 7 hours. But that's what you get for stealing blankets.
I guess so.
Yeah. It was great.
Yeah, pissing on the cushions. Pretty standard though. Like I feel like I was at this festival in Mexico this past year. And one of the comics, we stayed in this big house, and there's some tile steps going to the other bedroom, and he pissed down the steps. Mike O'Keefe is the comic that did it, and he was really ashamed that he did it, and he apologized to everyone the next day. I'm like, that's fucking completely harmless. It was
Yeah.
a tile floor. You pissed on. You were hammered. It just seems like
Yeah, piss.
What is that urge? Because one time I got hammered in college at a friend's house, and they filmed me being drunk walking around this party, and I started peeing in the bathroom, but I was peeing like on the wall, like the toilet was at my back, and I'm peeing on the wall, and I'm like, I saw the video later. I'm like, what was I thinking? Why didn't I just pee in the toilet? But it's some drunk thing where you're like, fuck it, just pee.
Why didn't they stop you?
Because it wasn't their house.
Oh,
They were laughing.
That's a better video, yeah.
Yeah.
I used to pit at like rest stops and shit. I feel so bad about this, and I can't apologize to all these people, but wherever I would go, bars, I would just piss everywhere but the bathroom.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I used to like to piss on the toilet paper the whole time, so it
Oh,
would soak all
I
the way
used to do
through.
that too.
So the full roll of toilet paper. But it's just you just like to be mischievous, and
Right.
then in a public bathroom, nobody can prove that you did it.
Yes.
Sure.
And you're drunk, and it's fun shooting things.
It is fun.
Sure.
It's why people shoot people and shoot things.
There you
It's
go.
fun.
My buddy Randy and I went to a bar one time, and he was my little drinking buddy, and I pissed all over the floor like that in front of him. And he was so upset that I'd done it. He went to the bar staff, apologized, gave them $20, asked for their mop and bucket, and cleaned up.
Jesus
Wow, that guy's
Christ.
Called me
class.
out as the culprit, gave them money, so they let us
What?
drink because he gave them money.
Yeah.
And then we bickered the whole night about why you do that.
Oh,
why you
wow.
turn
Wow.
He's a rat, but a really thoughtful one.
He's a
Yeah.
class act.
Yeah, I used to like to piss if someone was pissing next to me in the stall. I would piss over on their shoes.
That's
I thought
oh,
that would be
I love
hilarious.
that.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Here's what I did to the house MC in Sioux Falls one time. He was in the stall. I pissed on his shoes. Then he's like, "Cut it out." And then I'm like, "I'm
it out.
sorry." So you make the apology and cut your piss stream off. Walk behind him and piss on his jeans.
Damn.
Wow, that's
Ruined
really
his night.
mischievous.
You know, it's a good move. My buddy Hunter, he was like the wild one of the group. He would order drinks. You know, the bar would come up to like your stomach, and he would be peeing while ordering drinks just
that's
on the
fun.
bar.
I love
literally.
it.
Yeah. So you could just see the stream like run behind his feet.
This isn't even a drunk story, but me and my buddy Dave used to work at Sears together, and we were both shitting, battle shits. We
Yes.
were shitting next to each other.
I
And
sunk your battle shit.
yeah, I wiped my ass with a big, wet, thick, that first wipe when you have a real like drunk shit.
Oh yeah.
And I reached underneath and I stuck the toilet paper to his side of the stall, and he immediately threw up.
Whoa.
It was like that. It was like a wipe stick, and then like,
Oh.
and we were loss prevention. So we were also responsible for cleaning up any kind of spills or blood or puke. So he had to immediately clean up his own puke.
Oh.
And then he was like, "I'm not taking that off." And I'm like, "Well, neither am I. It's hilarious." And so for like 3 months, there was just toilet paper held on by my own wet shit on the thing until they had some sort of janitorial situation.
What a shitty feeling to wipe your ass so you can go clean puke.
Yeah, he's wiping it. Yeah, exactly. He wipes his ass 25 times and then has to sweep up his own puke while my wet shit is stuck to the wall next to where he's cleaning.
By the way, I've been having some real ass wiping problems lately. Have you guys come across this?
Might be
I've wiped-
diet.
It might be.
Are you eating better?
I am.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
Happened to me. I started having these smoothies.
Yes.
And now I wipe. It goes all the way up the backside of my ass.
Yes.
I got shit in my nipple hair.
I'm
It's crazy.
shitting soft serve over here, and my ass is raw. It looks like a diseased cunt.
I'm the same thing. You
Oh,
eat.
my.
You eat well. You eat very poorly. If I'm not
Oh, yeah,
mistaken.
absolutely. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You're going down.
No, I
buddy.
struggle with seepage.
He's eating a cannoli right now. If you can't tell.
Yeah, I eat and I wipe, and it goes across my butt cheek. It's insane.
Yeah, it's wild.
nasty.
I need a water pick.
I use that toilet brush to scrub off my ass cheeks.
Yeah, that gets a little rough.
It does.
You're just talking about wiping, right? This is just wiping.
Just
It's
wiping.
I take a big, soft, green shit because I'm eating all this spinach and
Yeah,
whatnot.
I need a bidet.
This is what happens to me. I eat greasy food at night, right? The next day, I take a shit in the afternoon at the normal time. 2 hours later, struggling with seepage. Got to go wipe again. Wipe
Yes.
thoroughly the first time, but something's going on. Greasy
Yeah.
food makes me leak.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
Yeah.
something far more sinister's happening.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's different than what you guys. You just have healthy.
Yeah, healthy-ish. I mean, I eat a lot of shit still.
It's just
but-
a wet shit.
right.
It's very squeezable.
Now you're a smoker. You drank a lot. You don't drink anymore, but you smoke. You eat a lot of fast food.
Right.
Are you,
right.
are you concerned about your health? I'm not trying to concern you. I'm concerned for you. I'm
Yeah,
such
I'm
a
st-
worrier.
Yeah, late 30s. I guess I'm starting to get a little concerned about it. 'Cause
You look
I'm starting,
good.
I'm feeling it, but it's like I don't know. Like I feel like that shit with my diet, seepage, the smoking thing. Like my sinuses are fucked now all the time.
Right.
My eyes are always baggy, but they swell up now with the sinus trouble. So yeah, something's gonna have to happen soon. But I don't know.
And you're a big road guy. You're always on the road.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone that works the road as much as
I'm
you.
trying to slow it down. I've got it down to like 30 something weeks.
Poof.
I was like at 49 weeks in 2010.
Wow.
That's insane.
That's wild,
but you love it.
you love
I
it.
love it.
And it pays.
I love it, but I guess I got to find my city time too. I got to spend more time here, so that's what I
Right.
try to do next year. But yeah, I always want to be on the road, so maybe I don't know if I'll ever get it to 25 weeks. 30 weeks would be great.
Yeah, 30's not bad.
I like that. I like the road. I like doing an hour.
I
I
like
like
the road,
wandering
too.
around and like going to different places.
Right,
I
that's
do really
too.
like all that stuff.
Yeah, I like it too. But now I'm getting older. I have a good girl. I think a good girl makes the difference. I like to be home in a nice bed with my girl.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's a nice moment. I don't have that.
I don't have
Yeah.
that either.
I don't have,
Well, you boys got to get some nice girls.
Well,
you got a nice one almost every night. In the morning, you're free again.
I feel like I had it, but I got too wifey. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be too wifey.
No.
So my girl's a comic. That's such a key.
That's key.
All these people go, never date a comic. You can't date comics. I can't imagine not dating a comic.
I've never done it.
Yeah,
so
you should
maybe I
get
should.
involved.
Because the last girlfriend I had, like in North Carolina, our apartment smelled nice, everything was good, so she was pretty, so I should enjoy staying home. But I was itching to get on the road all the
There
time.
you go.
I'm always itching, but I like being home now too. I also the big difference too is now I work a bunch in the city, which I didn't do for years.
Right.
But I started working in the Cellar and here at Stand Up New York, which is a wonderful club.
Hell of a club.
78th and Broadway. So when you have work and a girl, you want to be home.
Sure.
And I love the city. And I love the road. I'm a very fortunate guy.
Well, let me ask you this about the urine thing real quick. 'Cause
Please.
I have some real urine problems. I was a bedwetter. I had to take pills as a kid. I had that weird beepy thing. Did you have that?
No.
Beepy thing.
My parents were they're racking their brains on trying to help me stop wetting the bed that they bought me this thing where you clip one end to your lapel and then one end to your underwear, and the underwear part, if it felt moisture, it would beep.
Oh.
And I would just piss all over it and short it out. Like it didn't work.
Wait, what? So you didn't realize you were pissing your pants? I thought you just started pissing. You just started pissing.
I mean, I'd pee as a kid and I'd just wake up. I was such a deep sleeper. I'd wake up in the morning just covered in urine.
While you're sleeping?
Yes.
I thought you were just walking around with this thing. That's why I was confused.
No,
So I'm like, wait,
bedwetting.
I see.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
wow. So it's like an alarm clock hooked up to your dick.
Yeah, exactly.
I got you. But then you piss and short it
I
out.
shorted it out. Yeah, it was like beep.
You could have electrocuted yourself.
I don't know.
This invention sounds crazy.
I think
Never
it
heard
stunted
of
my
this.
dick growth, to
Yeah.
be honest. But yeah.
Mine was never like childhood peeing. I was good.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah,
No,
you're just a
never.
maniac.
It was
Oh,
just
interesting.
alcohol.
Right.
peeing.
Oh, wow.
I never peed the bed. I don't remember anything. My mom's like, you didn't pee the bed much when you were a kid.
Well, I would get. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was almost getting into fights because I would pee on tires a lot. And guys would be, hey, don't piss on my tire. Well, what's the difference? It goes all over the dirt.
Yeah, you're driving over dog shit, horse
Yeah.
manure, fucking
Right. You'll
piss.
drive over a
cares?
dead body. I can't piss on it.
Yeah, that's like when you piss in the ocean, people are like, don't piss near me. I'm
Yeah.
like, do you know what you're swimming in?
Exactly.
This is insane.
Nuclear waste.
There's 20,000 creatures pissing and shitting and puking and fucking. in here.
Dying, rotting away,
Yeah.
eating each other. Yeah.
Treasures,
Sure.
pirates, something.
Yeah, it's
harmless
fool's
fun.
gold.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, you must have been, how were you with the lady? You must have been fucking a lot of ladies and
Oh, yeah.
assortment of creatures.
While drunk? Yeah. There was
yeah.
a good run there. At 25, so I started this whole thing at 22. At 25, this girl broke my heart. And I was really into the road then. I was working on the road a lot, getting featuring everywhere. So then I just went on the road heartbroken and drunk.
Drinking, heartbreak, and a road. That you'll start fucking
Oh,
Yo,
yeah.
everything.
It was
Animals.
god awful. It was god awful, but I did, there were several things. I mean, there were things of and I just go 25 to 30. So I had my taste of a couple threesomes, but it was always these sweaty, slimy threesomes.
Really?
Yeah, it was never this legendary
How do you
porn
get?
thing.
How do you set up a threesome? Help me out here.
I found that most of the time it was people in Sioux Falls who likes you at the show. Then they invite you to a house party. Then you realize it's like a swingers couple,
Oh,
and then
wow.
two girls house sitting for their grandparents, and then they're doing meth.
Ah,
one of them.
Goodness, a
this
meth
is,
threesome.
This is slimy.
That's more than three. It was 3 girls and a guy. So what is that?
Whoa.
That's 5. That's a Cinco.
De Mayo.
Yeah.
Something. And it got sweaty, and we were in this grandparents' house in the living room. just all-
Grandparents.
right? Yeah, they were in Florida.
Ah.
We're
Jesus.
South Dakota riding around
Oh,
until
my
the
gosh.
sun comes up, and
Cinco
it
de
just,
Wow.
oof. It was yeah.
Homer Simpson.
This is getting slippery. Holy moly.
So you're,
Yeah.
you're fucking 3 chicks with another guy. Nice guy, big dick.
No, it started with strip poker.
It always starts with strip
Strip
poker.
poker.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how
what
rape starts.
And it starts that way. We're sitting at the table. I get down to boxers. We get up. Someone gets up to pee. Someone gets up to get a drink. We stand up for a moment. Intermission in strip poker. And
course.
his girl, as we go into the kitchen, jerks my boxers down, starts blowing me.
Nice.
His girl? While
His
he's in the
girl.
bathroom?
He was there.
Oh, wow.
Good looking guy.
I
Can't
don't
be.
remember him much.
No.
Just average dude.
I'm picturing
In
the
Sioux
Indian
Falls.
from Cuckoo's Nest.
He was
That's why I
about
didn't
my
say
height.
anything.
And she jerks it down. Then the other girls batter away. And go again. Sorry. I stepped all over
Put
it.
that together. Sorry, continue. I pictured him
What
picking
did I
up
miss?
a water fountain and throwing it through the window. Go.
Juicy fruit.
I missed the whole goddamn thing.
Shit, sorry, go.
It was a
Don't even know where
humdinger.
it was.
Oh,
Where was
she's
it?
blowing you. The Indian's watching.
He said the Indian
Indian.
from Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah.
And I said that's why he didn't say anything. Because the guy was a mute. So we thought.
I've never seen that whole movie.
What?
Oh my God!
that's
we
the
gotta
problem.
stop
We
the
gotta
Missing
start
podcast.
drinking
references.
again.
It's tremendous.
I haven't seen
Unbelievable.
The Shining all the way through.
The Shining is overrated. It's good, but it's
Whoa.
overrated.
Hey, wow, you don't hear that every day.
I mean, come on. But Cuckoo's Nest is like top 5 movies.
Unbelievable.
Undebatable.
Milos Forman.
Yeah.
All right, I'll watch it.
Michael Douglas produced.
What?
Was too old to play R.P. McMurphy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Kirk or Mike?
Mike.
He was too old then?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's what they said. Anyway, all right. Sorry, let's get back to
Oh,
this
Jesus.
threesome. What are we doing here?
I'll watch this movie.
We're digressing.
You gotta
The
watch
movie's
it.
amazing. All right, so you go up. She jerks down your boxers. She's blowing you in front of her boyfriend.
Right.
And
But they're
two
like a
people are-
swingers couple. You can tell they got that vibe.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
The other girl sort of pushes her out, goes for it. Third girl goes for it. Just sort of assembly line sort of thing.
For you.
For me.
Oh, boy. That's flattering.
You must have looked a lot better back then.
Well, it was I probably had spiky hair with tips.
Oh,
Blonde tips or something.
tips.
Did you ever have the tips?
Douchey.
Did I have the tips? I've never been to Sioux Falls.
I never had a tip.
Holy hell.
Never had a tip.
Not a tip kind of guy.
If I could go back in time, I'd get some tips and fuck these pigs.
Oh,
I would like
yes.
to go to the bar, go, just a tip. All right. So what happened? You're getting blown by 7 girls and an Indian.
That's it, basically. And then we all reconvene in the living room.
Yes.
Which has mirrors, floor to ceiling.
Oh,
my God.
Grandma's
So they were-
naughty.
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
planning this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We just writhe around on this floor until sun up because everybody's on meth.
Are you on meth?
Oh.
I'm on meth. I'm doing
You got on meth?
Sure, I do
Now we're
meth.
talking.
How do you leave
Yeah.
that nugget out?
Oh my God!
I never thought it was a big deal. I'm like, I do coke, but if they had meth, I'd do that too. I didn't give a shit.
What the
this
hell's
is-
meth? Is it pills? You smoking it?
I snort it.
You're snorting meth.
But you can smoke
Amphetamine.
it too, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I only snorted it. That's all I did. People would go, "Hey, I have coke," or they say I have powder. Then I go, "Oh, it's coke," and then they go, "No, this is meth," and you just still do it. 'Cause
And
you're
what's the
hammered.
difference? It's more of what is
It's
it?
the speed.
It's prolonged sort of agony, and that coke is so much better. It was so much better, but meth would just go on, and you're just up for a day,
Wow.
sweating, even without the sex. And it was fucking god awful.
Now, was
and the
there
erection.
fun? Is there benefits of meth?
No, I hated it. I hated it. I
You
love-
feel dirty, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard.
You're sweaty and you can't shut your mind down and you're just on a couch. Even when everything dies down, I just remember being on a lot of leather couches, just wallowing in my sweat, just going, God damn it, I want to sleep, and I couldn't.
Wow.
Or coke, you could fall asleep like in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Also, I hear you're pretty horny. Your sex drive jacks up when you're on
Yeah.
meth.
But, you
That
know,
seems fun.
the erection is a problem.
Aha,
Yeah.
right.
Same thing as the coke. So, yeah, that makes that sweaty, big orgy in the living room sort of just a mess of fighting with your penis and stuff and trying to get it up. So it's not, and these girls weren't as hot as what maybe you're imagining, you know?
I'm picturing some pigs.
A couple, and then the
Sioux
girlfriend.
Falls meth. I don't really picture a hot chick.
Granny's house, mirrored walls. Come on.
But do you
Yeah.
look back fondly on that threesome, fivesome?
I look back and I do think that's funny, but then I remember when they dropped me back off at the comedy condo, I just sat on there that Sunday and I just like took a shower and laid on the couch, just like replaying it and like, God,
Yeah.
fucking dirtbag.
Yeah, that's
Right.
also kind of dangerous. I mean, people like that, they might see some shady characters.
Yeah, but they were perfectly fine. They were just, the couple was just a swinger, weird, whatever
Wow.
couple, and then the girls just were
Wow.
trying something. I think they'd all participate in something like this before. But there
Right.
were a couple times like that where it's just like meth
Yeah.
and then it turns into a threesome.
Now, were you ever a meth addict? You just
No.
you just dabbled.
No,
That's
no,
good.
no. Just booze. That was like what I really loved. And then Coke would have been my thing if I had more access to it.
Right,
Ah,
right.
You're probably
Yeah.
broke.
I loved it so much.
Yeah.
But
Wow,
no, I
man.
never-
Now, after a night like that, are you kind of like, I got to change my life? Or are you like, yeah, that's a fucking story. I'm an animal.
I thought of the story,
Yeah.
but I mean, I still struggle with the guilt and like, what kind of person are you? I'd sit there by myself in a condo in Sioux Falls, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
Right.
Right.
But then by the time I went to Omaha the next week and got some booze in me, I was like, that's fine. I was telling the story, and it was all fun.
You
Yeah,
get
that-
laughs. Yeah.
That's part of the thing with the road and working the road is that you keep coming in different cities, so it feels like a fresh start. You're like, well, that was way back in Sioux Falls, but now I'm in Omaha, and now I'm a good guy again.
And that's it.
And
Yeah.
then you can keep leaving town. I think when you have these people that are addicts in one town, it's harder because they're like, oh, there's fucking the guy who I shit in his house yesterday, and whatever it is.
You're
good
clearly
point.
the problem child. Yeah,
Yeah.
but when you're traveling around, just different groups of people
Right.
take you out, and yeah, it's
And
it
it's
was
a new
amazing.
identity. Yeah, it's a fresh start. They don't know you.
The people in Omaha don't realize that you were fucking 3 pigs and Chief Wahoo.
Right, right. What kind of grandma has mirrored walls, though?
I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
But it was a nice layout for an orgy. Plenty of floor space, and then they had one of those L couches against the wall that didn't block the mirror.
You're a great realtor.
My big
You know,
regret
it's
in life will
wonderful.
not have been being part of an orgy. However
got-
that sentence goes.
You got that out.
Did I get it all right?
Yeah, I've been in 2 threesomes, but it was both 2 dudes, 1 girl.
Oh.
Yeah, college.
Yeah. I
Okay.
would love to have a thing where everyone's fucking and we're all switching and high-fiving. I don't
like it.
want that now, but when I was in my 20s, I would have fucking killed a homeless person for that situation.
Really?
Yeah, what are you kidding?
I like my dick being. There's nothing to compare it to.
Oh, see, I got a nice dick.
I know. Well, there you go.
I'd like to be swinging dicks with everybody. I just wouldn't want it to be interracial. Those dicks scare me.
Right.
I wouldn't mind a black gal, of course.
Sure,
But a big
bring the
black
gals.
dick, I can't have that happen.
Well, what about an Asian dude? That could help.
Oh, that's good, right?
Yeah, I love an Asian dude.
Do they really have small dicks? I've never seen an Asian dick before.
I lived with an Asian guy, and it wasn't up to par.
I live with an Indian guy. Pretty good piece.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it's a nice piece of lumber.
Indians and Hispanics, you wonder because they're kind of in the middle. You never know what they're dealing with.
Yeah, I bet they got nice penises.
Yeah.
I do remember the Indian guy, as you say, in Sioux Falls orgy, did tell me to put my penis away. Like I had a bigger penis than him. I do remember that.
Oh,
much.
wow.
So
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
he's like, put that thing away.
Put
but
that
I almost
away.
he was looking at it, ogling it, almost like, I mean, he's already a swinger couple, so you don't know if he's teetering on
Right.
bi-curious.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But he
yeah.
never made a move for it. But he did make some comments about my dick.
Hey, that's flattering
Yeah,
as
it
well.
was all right.
You're
I
cleaning up.
The highest compliment you can pay a dick is to say, put that thing away.
Yes.
You know?
Definitely.
Put some boxers on. That's
Yeah.
what he said. So it was all right.
That's not bad.
Slimy.
You mentioned bisexual. You ever dabble with the other gender at all?
Aha.
This is, I went to Vegas. This is part of the downward spiral.
I would imagine.
I hate that it happened in Vegas. It seems like just the place. I wish it happened in like Louisville, but it happened in Vegas.
And we're in New York, so it did not stay in Vegas.
No, it's this
It's
thing
right here in your home, everybody.
And I tell this story, but it's like the lead up to this is pathetic in that fucking how my life was coming apart. The night before I flew to Vegas for this gig, I'd had a DUI like a month before. Then I realized before I flew, they took my license for this DUI. I'm like, oh, I have to get on a plane. I have no ID.
Right,
Oh,
right.
right.
And I'm like, what the fuck? And so I realized the DMV's like, we'll give you an ID, not a driver's license,
Right.
if you bring your birth certificate. So the night before I go to Vegas, I drive to my mom's house to get my birth certificate, where my car is registered. I go in, talk to her, get my birth certificate. I come out, my car's been repoed.
What?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Why?
I didn't. The payments were just fucking 3 months late. I was just
Boy,
everything was
boy.
falling apart. So now I got to sit there, figure out a way. I'm with my buddy to get back to my house, and then we go to the airport. I go to get the DMV next day, get a license, fly to Vegas, just reeling from this repossession.
Right.
I have no money going into Vegas.
Yeah.
Drink all week by myself. Saturday they go, here's your check, a night early, and you can cash that at the Cage, which is the worst.
Sure.
What's the cage?
That casino where you cash out your chips.
Oh, okay.
You can go to the Cage and cash it. It's just like $1,000.
Yeah.
But I had no money. And so I went and cashed it, sat down at a poker table.
Oh, come on, Paul.
Yeah, it's predictable. And $600 to $700 gone in 30 minutes.
Oh, you're killing me,
30
man.
minutes.
Jesus.
Were you boozing?
Oh, I was fucking wasted.
Oh, my God.
I had to be an easy mark. When I sat down, I had to be wobbly. And one guy I know sat to my left. I bought $200 in chips, all in one of the first few hands on bullshit.
Blackjack?
No, poker. Just
Poker.
hold 'em.
Okay.
And he fucking called me
God.
one. I'm probably playing 3-8 offsuit or some shit.
38 special.
And he's laughing with me. I'm sure I'm the life of the table, but he takes $200. Rebuy 200 more. Make another bullshit move. He gets another 200. So he's made 400 off me in less than 10 minutes.
Wow.
Right, right.
I feel like we got to give a disclaimer that you're such a great, great guy and pleasant to be around. I mean, we're painting a picture of you as this horrible lunatic.
demon.
Deviant. But yeah,
Yeah.
you're a nice looking chap.
Yeah, he's
you,
a good,
but-
good, handsome guy, hilarious.
I was just a monster with the drinking. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's that fantasy world. I just really gave into it.
Right.
I was like, oh, just living
true.
here. And so I just did that. I lost another 200 to someone else.
Wow.
So I probably go to my room with $300 or $400. And I'm like, I'm calling a hooker.
Ah, Polly!
I'm going all the
is
way
wild.
down with
Yeah.
this. Calling a hooker. I remember going through the yellow pages, 2006, calling escort service. And I think it was a split-second decision. I don't remember having this in my head, but they're like, okay, what kind of woman? Where are you at? What kind of woman? I'm like, fuck that. Send a man.
What?
Now,
Yeah.
what's the thought process
This is
here?
a twist.
The thought process is, now that I trace it back, is that I knew I wasn't gay, but I'm like, the idea of it being so taboo would maybe carry me. I like the idea of that night of just doing everything I shouldn't do.
Right. But at the time, do you know for sure you're not gay, or you're still teetering, going, maybe I'll like this guy and I'll have a whole new thing on my hands?
I'm about 80%.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
I'm
not bad.
straight.
That's a B
But there's
minus.
still 20%. Like, maybe I would like this. I don't know.
Sure.
I've never been attracted to a guy on the street, but who
Right.
knows if they get nude in my room.
Yeah.
This
So
is
they-
a wild choice we're making.
Oh yeah, it's insane. And they send one guy. He's like a bodybuilder. He comes in.
Hey.
Yeah.
Aaron Berg.
I didn't like it, but taller, double Aaron Berg,
Wow.
a big man.
That's
like
a big fucking man.
Yeah, a big heavyweight comes
Yeah.
in.
Wow.
And I didn't like the looks of it already. I was already like, this, no.
Yeah.
He strips down in some creepy way. I'm fucking hammered.
Are you kind of? Is it all clicking in now? Like, what the fuck am I doing? I don't
Yeah.
like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And
Guys,
are you on meth or coke right now?
No drugs. I couldn't get any drugs. It was just, a suicidal amount of shots.
Right.
Where I was barely, I do remember this part of it, so I wasn't completely blacked out. And then he comes in, I may ask for something. He's like, I don't do anything physically to you, but I'll pose. He like, oh, this is creepy.
Pose.
He posed. He goes, so I had the window with the Vegas skyline back there, and he
Yeah.
just went in his bodybuilder body and fucking went to the window and posed.
Like
it was
Rain
a
Man.
competition and almost danced. And I'm like, this sucks. And then I was creeped out by them. I'm like, blow me. And we got into, he's like, I'm not gay. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're doing then and why we're even,
Right.
what is this?
Right.
And he got really pissed, almost like this has just been going on and he's tired of men having him come to the room and then ask for sexual favors. He was
probably-
blown away. Like,
It
what
probably does happen. That's probably what curious guys do. They have a guy come to their hotel, and then they go, wow, what the fuck am I doing? Get
Right.
out of here. But if I was that prostitute, though, I'd be like, all right, well, I'll take the money and I'll be on my way.
yeah, why could he be shell shocked? He's getting naked in front of
But,
dudes.
I mean, this guy's got to learn after the 13th time of pissing off gays that he's got to be like, I'm a bit of a tease. This
Yeah.
this is not a good system he's got set up.
No,
It's a little misleading.
there's
Would
always
he-
going to be an altercation.
Would
Yeah.
he let you blow him if you wanted
No.
to suck his dick?
No,
No,
I
he
don't think
wasn't
so.
gay.
But I didn't want to do that. I was just like all about you blow me and let me see if I like that.
Right.
He refused it. He got really upset. And I was like, listen, man. And I'm sure I was a smart ass to him. And he stormed out. And
Pay?
I paid him. I fully paid him.
Ah.
And he left. And then I called the escort service and berated them.
And
I will say
you yelped him.
to their credit, they were amazingly understanding.
Is that
Wow.
right?
Yeah, they took a ton of abuse. And they were
What?
just nothing but like, we are sorry. We're so sorry.
Oh my God! I
I'm
didn't
like-
see that coming at all.
No, and they were just like, we'll send someone else.
Wow, you call Delta, they chew you out.
Yeah,
I
these
can't
guys-
believe the Ching Chang's escorts are top notch IT.
They were great. The sweetest people. They sent a replacement, and it was a twink. So we went the other direction with this.
That's better.
Now we're
A
talking.
little closer to a lady.
Well,
Yes.
they've overcorrected in a lot of ways, but they sent him in. I mean, really tiny, 5'3". I'm 5'6.5".
Was he Asian?
No, he was very effeminate.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
And he came in. He apologized for the bodybuilder. He had a lot more personality,
Oh,
more
good.
fun-loving.
This is good.
He was charismatic. So much so it was off-putting to
Yeah.
where I was like, okay, what do we do here? And so we stripped down immediately. He's like, I'm not going to charge you full price because of that asshole or whatever like that. So he gave me like a
Customer service here is
this-
undeniable.
This guy probably just wants to get laid. He's probably thinks you're hot or whatever.
I thought maybe.
Yeah.
Huh.
At the onset of this,
You got to be low on cash too at this
getting
point.
low. So
Okay.
I'm trying to piece together what I probably paid the first guy, 100 and something maybe.
Oh, all right.
It wasn't like another 3.
I wouldn't have given him a dime, that jerk.
And then this guy was probably down to $75.
Did the first guy leave on a bicycle with one big wheel in the front and the little wheel in the back? That's what I'm picturing. He's got the twirly mustache.
Right.
And then this, so this guy, Apollo, he says, strip down. He's very, blunt, but being nice about it. And then we both stripped down. And I realized, I'm not into this either.
Oh, wow.
So I've had, the polar opposite. I've had the big guy come in, now the tiny guy, and I'm like, I'm not into either one of this. But now we're fully committed. He's like, I'm not going to blow you. Give me a hand job and spit on my dick.
Oh, that's kind of into that.
And, for 30 minutes. But now I'm
But
like,
it's a man spit. Did he hawk?
no, it was, no. It was,
Like, I feel like a man, it's not like a t. It's like a,
right,
You know?
right.
There's a little bit of that. I don't remember a noise being associated
All
with
right,
it.
well.
It was just sort of a soft.
oh, but he's effeminate.
And I've never been into the spitting. And he spit and he tried to give me a hand job for like 30 minutes. But I get an erection, I'd lose it. I'd try to close my eyes. I would open up. I was like, I don't know if I'm into this. Am I too drunk for this? No matter who's doing it.
Right.
I can't
And
imagine a more difficult task for a gay guy than to give a drunk straight man a hand job.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not an
True.
easy thing to pull off.
That's quite an
No.
obstacle.
And he was like, and then I was like, maybe if you blow me. He's like, well, listen, I have to charge you more if you do that. And I'm like, I knew I didn't have a lot of money left. And so I'm like, I'll just do this. Then that went on. And then he's like, are you going to come? And I'm like, I'm honestly, I'm not gay. He's like, well, I
Yeah.
have to go. I'm like, all right, so be it. So be it.
Right.
Are you kissing?
No. I
come
wouldn't have been into
on,
that. I
dude.
would have blocked that, I think.
All right.
That was not part of the fantasy. It was just like a blowjob, that forbidden thing.
I
Right.
think I'd rather eat a man's asshole than kiss a man on the lips.
It's so intimate.
Even when I see sketches where guys kiss Will Ferrell and Chris Kattan, I'm like, I don't think I would do that for $1 million.
No.
I don't want to hot my lips on a man's lips. There's 5 o'clock shadows.
Ooh,
Ugh.
the scruff.
I'd rather have him come in my eyes than kiss him on the lips.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
I think I'd go with the kiss.
I like cum in the eyes. It seems fun.
I do come in the eyes,
But you got
too.
glasses. That helps.
I come in my own eye one time, and it's a wild adventure.
I've done that too.
It's invigorating.
I was impressed I could make it.
Oh yeah, that was in the younger days.
Oh, tell me about
Assume
it.
you had a toe in your ass.
Yeah, that twink was pretty good. Oh, wow.
Twinkle, twinkle.
Hoopy doopy.
Well, I did that.
In the poopy.
Hope he's a bit loopy. Well, that
that-
must be nice though, because now you know. Hey, I'm a straight man.
Yeah.
Straight man, but wake up with that feeling. You talk about the Sioux Falls guilt on Sunday.
yeah,
The
right.
Vegas guilt of 2 male hookers and the poker loss.
Sure.
I got to fly back a day later. I've got no car. It's been repoed, and I have no money.
Oh my god. Now, how close is this to the end of your drinking? What year is this?
That's 06. That's part of the downward spiral.
Okay, so
that's February of 06.
Aha.
May 11th of 06 is when I...
Wow.
So you're getting close. You still had 2 good months left.
2 good months of breaking windows and,
Right,
walking on bar tabs and
See,
shit like that.
I had a similar thing where I shit in the girl's shoe and I shit in her apartment and I pissed all over her apartment the night we met and in her bed. But I still drank for 2 more years after that.
sure.
Where I was
Wow.
I remember that night. I don't know if you've ever had this. That night I shit in this girl's shoe and in her bed and everywhere and pissed all over her house. And I remember thinking, well, I better not drink tonight. I should take a night off.
Sure.
And then later that night I was like, well, eventually I'm going to drink anyway, so I might as well start drinking again. It's amazing how quickly you start drinking after an event like that.
Oh, yeah. You have to. You have
have
all
to.
that shame, that guilt, and
Right.
then you
Yeah.
gotta...
It's a spot because the drinking is the cure for the shame.
Exactly.
And then it boom, 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 and it keeps going.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
real obsession.
Real spiral. But, yeah, it was... so that whole thing, that was really coming apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yikes.
A lot of
That's
guilt.
a toughie, man.
And now what's going on between February and May of 2006 here?
right.
Breaking some windows? Did you get destructive?
Yeah, I
fights?
did. I think there was a hotel room. Someone told me that I may have suffered along the way, but then I did one time knock. We had this. I was living in this condo, this townhouse that my buddy owned. That he'd taken a job in Tampa, and another comic friend Matt moved in, and we called it that time the Regret Lounge. Was sort of the name for the condo because we just throw beer cans at the TV,
Sure.
smoke in the house, fucking tear shit up till 5 a.m., skinny dip in the pool. We just tear this community apart. And we had this, so those last times, I remember one time me and him, we had another friend with us, Randy, went over to this bar. We'd take this path we called the Trail of Tears to this bar over the hill. We could get to a gas station for cigarettes and booze and to a bar over the hill. We went to a bar, came back. Those guys went around the front side of the house and went in the door. And I remember coming to the back side, lagging behind. And I'm like, open the sliding glass door. And they're in the kitchen, like laughing. I thought laughing at me.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Just open the door. Can you? I'm not going to walk around. And I just took patio furniture and shattered the window.
Wow.
Like Chief, the Cuckoo's
Yeah.
Nest.
Ah,
and then,
yes.
and then they're like, it's open. I guess it was unlocked tonight.
Oh, wow. Oh, you smashed an
man.
unlocked door.
That's it. And
Wow.
I have to call my friend who owns the condo while he's in Florida and say I'm smashing everything.
Boy, now you were really out of control.
Yeah,
That's
you
It's
had a
pretty
pretty
real
wild.
sad, but
Yowza.
people forgave me. Like, it was very nice of that. But that's what those 2 months. Even if there was like a quiet week where I wasn't getting male hookers, there was still a shattered window or something repossessed or
Right,
whatever.
right.
You know.
Yeah.
Now, did you
It was all
immediately,
action-packed.
you quit drinking, did you know this is it, I'm done forever? Or you just say, let me go one day at a time and see how long I can go? And it lasted?
Finally, when I got out of jail, I'm like, that's done. I got to do it because I thought I would be dead or in prison. So I was finally like, yeah.
Holy
So that's
moly.
it. You just go, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done.
And
That's
did
it.
you think about getting involved in AA or anything like that, or you just said fuck it, I'm not doing anything?
I had a buddy that offered to put me in rehab
Yeah, because
But-
you seem like you're a good candidate for rehab. At the risk, of,
I would have
at
fucking
the risk of offending.
You're a brochure.
I would have loved rehab. I was ready to go to rehab, but then they were like, stay sober. They let me keep, not everyone canceled my work. I was becoming this liability on the road, so people were like scared to
Sure.
book me. But they let me keep a couple weeks, and I was like, all right, let me go there and see if I can do it. If I slip up one night, I'm going to rehab.
Oh, okay.
And I just made it through. I was like, this is fine. The shows are better.
Yeah. Yeah, you're the guy. Whenever I tell a shitty story about what I did, people go, Hooper. Let me tell you this one. So it always makes me feel better.
I always think that 8-year chunk, is that what it is? Like, I'm 8 years sober now.
Yeah.
So everybody, as I grow into some boring grandpa character, that people will always look back and go, oh, that was like a shitstorm.
Yeah.
Right.
That I can go, some of that movie Unforgiven, where he just like was a killing spree, and then he used to get sober.
Yeah.
And if he drinks again. So I did have that action packed. No matter what happens in my life from now on, I had 8 years of just.
Yeah.
I like that.
Ridiculous.
I can respect that.
Yeah.
Because you lived. You
I
got it
lived.
out.
Well, and you're here now, and you're happy and healthy, and whatever you did brought you to here on this wonderful podcast that has many listeners.
Great.
Well,
I don't know if I'm happy
I
now.
was going to say that. I was going to say I don't know about happy.
Yeah, you don't look happy or seem happy, but I like you.
Yeah, you got great teeth.
Yeah.
Do I?
Oh, yeah.
I
Very
wonder
weird.
if something's going to happen there as I approach 40.
Great jokes. And check out, what's your Twitter? Throw your Twitter or whatever out there. Are you on Twitter?
Just at Paul Hooper.
You have Paul Hooper.
I got Paul Hooper.
That's pretty
Nice.
impressive. That's
Early
something.
on. Yeah.
Even if you die, you got Paul Hooper at Twitter.
That's it. Everything else is Paul Hooper comedy. Website, Facebook, but then the Twitter, I got Paul Hooper. That's it. What's that?
Mark and I are laughing. There was a strange person here.
fucking
I thought you knew him.
No, I don't know who that was. The Grim Reaper.
Oh, he came in. That was sketchy then. I thought you guys said we were buddies.
No smile, no wave.
I thought it was a
Oh,
woman.
that makes me uncomfortable now.
It looked like the woman from Home Alone 2.
Either way, she's outside the door with a sickle.
Well, we were out there before, so she can certainly hear us. Or he.
Well.
If you want to give him the seat, I'll get up.
No. Let's wrap it up and leave together.
I couldn't tell.
Did it have a
It was
bag
very
or something?
dark. It was I just saw a plastic bag and
I saw a hood.
a hood and a plastic bag. It was
Yeah.
scary.
Oh boy. Well, this is a while. Do you have one more short one that we need to throw out there? Do you run through a playground on a moped or anything? Run over some kids?
What did I do? There were a couple more orgy stories.
Oh, wow.
I want to have you back on because you seem like a guy. You should be on frequently. I mean, I
Yeah.
think you got a million. We're only scratching the surface.
I'd
here.
love to do this anytime. I will come on here and tell any of these stories.
You, Greg Warren is another guy. You and Greg, guys I think of when I thought of the show. Of like, we should have these kind of guys on that are on the
Yes.
road and have a lot of stories, and you got a lot of friends and just running into people, and so we appreciate you being on here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Thank
check
you.
out
I
Paul,
love
at
this.
Paul Hooper. You got an album on the iTunes there?
iTunes, yeah, and on Stand Up Records. It's called Tense and Uncomfortable.
Nice.
What is it called?
Tense and Uncomfortable.
Oh, Tense and
I don't know
Uncomfortable.
how about the title, but yeah.
Yeah,
it's out there.
get Hooper's album. We have a lot of comedy nerd fans that will pick that up.
And there's a new one coming out too. I recorded another one
Oh, nice.
because that one took forever to get out. So there's another one I just recorded that'll be out like
Oh, wow.
next year.
Are you putting it
quick.
out yourself or on a label?
Stand Up Records.
Oh, nice.
Is it mostly war stories kind of stuff, or?
No, it's different stuff. I didn't have a. There's always like a chunk I guess I dedicate to like my past drinking or sobriety and stuff like that. But I don't want to like just do an hour of that.
No,
So it's-
no.
Right, but you're a guy who can tell stories on stage, and you're not a storyteller. They're bits.
Right.
I mean, they're
like
just
that.
killer.
Yeah, I try to find like I go all right. I started doing that when I sobered up. I was like, all right, I just put more stories on there and find something funny and
Yeah.
each one of these fucking scenes in it are.
Oh, you're great.
time, though.
We're both big fans. We talk about
Yeah,
you all the
thank you
time.
guys.
So
I
check
love
out
you guys.
at Paul Hooper on Twitter and pick up Paul's album. He's one of the funniest guys out there, and just a great, like I said, just a classic comic.
Classic road dog, and check out his schedule because you'll be in their town, I'm sure,
Yeah.
at some point.
Yeah, you're on
Yeah,
the
I'll be
road a
around.
lot. It's thanks for having. We've been wanting to get you in for a year now,
Yeah.
and we finally got you. You're a hard guy to get a hold of, though. You're on the road.
I know this is the best. It's worked out perfectly.
Yes.
Thank you guys for that. I'll do
Beautiful.
this anytime. Come on.
All right.
All right,
More
kick ass.
stories.
And harryshave.com, harrys.com, promo code Tuesdays, and save $5. Mark uses it. It works like a charm. And come to Stand Up New York if you're in New York City, 78th and Broadway. Come see us. We got a bunch of dates in November. I'll put mine up. And last Saturday, I had a dream come true. All three shows at Stand Up New York, plus an early one at Caroline's, late one at the Stand, late one at the Cellar. It was the best night of my life.
What a night.
Yeah, it was amazing. And every show here was sold out and packed.
Oh
hot.
boy,
It
not
was
a bad
amazing.
not a bad little chunk of change either.
Yeah, so come see us at Stand Up New York and see where we do the whole thing, the whole behind the scenes.
Oh yeah. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next week.
All right, thank you.
Bye.